Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am super excited to share with you a few of the sewing tools I use for creating my scrap fabric blocks and adorable snippet rules to use in your projects. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, these tools will make your sewing journey a breeze. You'll also save time and enjoy the process so much more. So grab a cup of coffee or tea, sit back, let's dive in. The first set of tools I want to show you are these Fiskars Rotary Cutter and Ruler combos. What I like about these is the rotary cutter is right on the tool itself. So I have a ruler and the rotary cutter attached. And all you do is you push down and it will cut on the fabric. And I like this because it'll cut up to 8 layers of fabric. So let's say I'm processing some scrap fabrics, such as these, and I really just want squares. So I'm just going to grab 1, 2. This one is a larger one, so I'll put this one up here. This is a larger one. And I've got this one. So I can just place, I'll move this one. I can just place them underneath the tool. And I'm pressing down here. I've got my hand here. Whoops. And I've got some scraps. And these are ready. This one I might slice again. And you can go backwards as well. And I like these because it's less stress. The grid lines are marked in black and white. The rotary cutter is magnetic, so it's easy to change out the blade. You can also measure, let's say, for this piece, I wanted to cut a 4-inch piece. I can lay it on the 4-inch mark as such. And this is 4 inches this way. So it's a great, great tool. I love it. I just got this one. I treated myself on my birthday. I've had this one for 6 or 7 years, I want to say. This one is 12 by 12, and this one is 6 by 24 inches. I use this one for strips. So let's say I had a larger piece to process. Let's see here. Because sometimes my friend gives me longer pieces, and I do like to have strips. So I have this piece here, and I want 2-inch strips. So I'm going to bring this over on the raw edge to the 2-inch mark, which is right here. And I've got a 2-inch strip right away. So that's what I love about this. It's very precise. And all you need is your standard cutting mat. I've had this cutting mat for many years. It's a Fiskars, and it works just fine. So I want to put this on the 2-inch mark. And it makes really nice strips. Perfect for processing strips of fabric. So this is the Fiskars Rotary Cutter and Ruler Combo, and you can get 6x24 or 12x12. I just love them. And they have made my life so much easier when you don't really want to pull out, you're processing lots of fabric scraps, you don't want to pull out a mat and a rotary cutter. I really enjoy using these. They're high quality, and it has this piece of strip here that hold on to your fabric. And as long as you're holding your hand here and you're moving, it works like a champ. And like I said, you can do up to 8 pieces of fabric. So that's a lot of cutting, especially when my friend gives me scraps like this. I'm still working through all these to put together my scrap blocks. And then what I do is I take a little tote for things that are processed, and I will put them in a different container. So that's that. And we'll move these out of the way. And I forgot to mention they use 45mm rotary blades. I also like my rotating cutting mat. This is the Fiskars Rotating Cutting Mat. It's 14x14, but it measures out 12x12. I also like this for when I'm pulling off my blocks and I need to trim them up. I can rotate this. So I do use this quite a bit as well. I normally trim up my scraps 6.5 by 6.5. That way I can have some 6-inch blocks for different projects, but that gives me room for a seam allowance if I need it. And to do that, this is the Easy Square Junior. It is 6.5 by 6.5. And as I trim up, I can use my rotary cutter for that. This rotary cutter is the Martelli rotary cutter, and you can get them in left or right. And it is so smooth and it's easy on the hand. I really like this, and it has the safety feature. And this is a 45mm. So this is my go-to rotary cutter for when I'm using my rotating mat and I'm trimming up items. So this is the Easy Square Junior and the Martelli rotary cutter. And because you're doing a lot of cutting when you're doing scrap fabrics, this is a tool that was mentioned by Vintage Style by Joe. It is the dual rotary blade sharpener. I love this tool. It actually works. So you can sharpen up your 45mm blades. And it's very easy to use. There's instructions. And I just love this. It saves me a lot of money, and it actually works. So just sharpen up those blades and use them again. No need to throw them out. Blades are really expensive right now. So that is the Dual Rotary Blade Sharpener by Omnigrid. I'll need to bring you to the sewing machine for the next tool that I love. The next tool is the Satinedge sewing machine presser foot, but I'm not using this for a satin edge. You can do, it's also known as the magic foot. You can do a satin stitch edge, appliques, up to 1/4 inch seams, a scant 1/4 inch seam, top stitching, edge stitching, pin tucks, and invisible applique. And the foot helps guide the fabric for you. And it just simply looks like this. And my presser foot, I was able to just pop it on, but it does have adapters, the different adapters in here if you have a special machine. But you will love this foot. And you simply snap it on. And I have it set to a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And what's fun is I can just take 2 scraps, butt up the straight edges as such. And I'm just placing my fabric at the edge of the white piece. And it actually guides the fabric. And you'll get a perfect 1/4 inch seam allowance. And I just love this presser foot. But you can set it to any seam allowance you want, and it just kind of guides it for you. Which leads me to my next tool, which some of you have probably seen me use. It is the Singer seam roller. So after I pull it off the machine, I just roll it with the seam roller, and then I'll trim it and add my next piece of fabric. So easy. And then once I have my block complete, or several of them, I will take everything to the iron next. And while I was at the sewing machine, you saw me use these. These are thread snips. And I just love these. They're ultra sharp, and it has a safety feature on it, and it's great for snipping your threads. And I just love this. And this is a Fiskars product as well. And it's got an easy grip, which I really like. And I like that this is curved. And you just close it up and then you can shut it. When I am done with my blocks, I do have my wool pressing mat. And this is just the perfect size for blocks that I make. Fits right on there, so I can do a bunch at a time. And I've read where a lot of people have like a smell. The one I purchased does not have any smell. It didn't come with a smell. So I am really happy with this. My 2 favorite scissors that I like, because I have arthritis in my hands, are these Snips. These are both Fiskars. This, they're called Easy Action. And then they're very sharp on the tip, so they're great for snipping fabrics. And I never have to worry about getting a good cut with those. And then these for larger pieces of fabric. Yeah, these are my favorites. And they're both great on your hands. Easy, easy. I think we've covered all the tools I wanted to show you today. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Please go ahead and comment below what your favorite sewing notions are. And if you've tried any of the ones mentioned in this video, let me know what you think of them. And then any tips you have for processing your scrap fabrics. I've got to get through all of these, which is why I thought I would share the video today on what I use to do it. And let me know what types of projects you create with your fabric scraps. Thank you so much for watching today. And until the next video, God bless. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you never miss a video. And if you're returning, thank you so much. And if you have found value in this video, please like and comment.